question is here. Another quadratic equation, so this is number 8. Lots of quadratic equations today, because that's I honestly that's basically grade 10 math. A lot of work with parabolas, a lot of work with completing the square, factoring quadratic formula, using discriminants. A lot of these guys are basically like different like quadratic equations here. So I have x squared equals -7 minus 8 here, and I'm going to again move everything to one side here. So I have x squared plus 7x plus 8 equals 0, right? And this here will give us our quadratic equation here. So how can we factor this? What can we do to this equation to kind of solve for this? Well, let me just think about this question here. What we can do is we can solve by inspection first and see if it factors out, right? So again, I have a here times c. So I have 1 times 8 here, which is simply 8. So I need a product of 8 and has to sum to 7, right? Sum to 7 here. So product of 8 that sums to 7. My factors of 8 are simply just 1, 2, 4, and 8, right? 1, 2, 4, and 8 here. And I don't think a combination of these values are going to sum to 7 here, because I need a positive number here. So in this case, I can't use factoring by inspection here. And again, I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula for us to solve for this problem here. So therefore, even if I took 8 and 1 and summed it, I would get 9, right? So I wouldn't get 7 here. So again, I cannot factor by inspection. So therefore, I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula, right? So this again, I have here x squared, let me rewrite this here, squared plus 7x plus 8. I'm going to have to use the quadratic formula, so this would be plus or minus b square root of b squared, plus or minus negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Did I do the quadratic equation wrong for my other problem? I'm trying to think about it now. I think I wrote it wrong. Yes, I did. It's negative b here. Whoops. I swear I wrote it wrong here. Classic mistake here. So let me change this up here. So this is negative b plus or minus. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me go back. So negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, right? So this here is my quadratic equation here. And again, negative b, again, I have 7 here, right? 7 is my b value here. Square root of b squared, which is 7 squared, minus 4 times a here is 1 times 8, all over 2 times 1 here. And now I have, let's look here, I have negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 7 squared here is 49, minus 4 times 1 times 8 will give me a value of 32, right? All over 2 times 1 here is 2. And now I have, in my square root, I have here negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 minus 32 here is 17, I believe, all over 2. And now I can simplify, and I can basically break this problem down into 2 components here. I have x1 and x2. So x1 would be negative 7 plus root 17 over 2, and x2 would equal negative 7 minus root 17 over 2 here. And this here will be my solution for the problem here. So negative 7 plus root 17 over 2 and negative 7 minus root 17 over 2 here. So this solution, again, here is correct. Again, they solved for it by decimals. Again, I could plug this into my equation or into my calculator and I'll get the exact same thing. But basically, the solution here is correct, right? Negative 7 plus or minus square root of 17 over 2 is exactly what I got here. So this solution here is correct. So great solution and analysis here. And I'm just going to double check on my calculator that actually equals negative 1.4 here, but I'm pretty sure it does. So let me just bear with me for a sec. Negative 7 plus root 17 divided by 2 is negative 4.3. That's good, which is the first guy there. And the second value would have been negative 5.56, which is actually not the solution here. This solution here is incorrect here. negative 7 minus 17 root 2. Oh yeah, so their second decimal here is wrong, right? Negative 7 minus 4.12 divided by 2. It's 5.56. So actually, the solution here is wrong. Good thing I double checked here, because this negative 4.06 does not exist here. So I'm going to say solution is incorrect. Is correct up to the last step. Correct up to the last step. X should equal negative 1.44, and it should equal basically negative 7 minus 17 over 2 would be negative 5.56. 5.56 here. Great analysis though. Solution here is incorrect here. The correct answer is negative 1.44 and negative 5.56. The solution here is incorrect.